still building up. They told her she couldn't run until sometime in March.
Well, she could say what she wanted to, but she's in the crossing.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. We are 1/10 of the, or 10/10 of the year out. We've got 2 months left in 2024. Year feels like it went by fast. Hopefully, everyone's been safe as a result of the storms, and pray for our friends down in Florida in that area. So again, it continues to be hurricane season until November 30th. So hopefully we won't see much more of what we saw with Helene. But I'll go ahead and call our meeting to order and welcome in everyone. And I'll ask Mr. Hinkle if he would give us an invocation, which will be followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. And I ask everyone to please stand when we do our pledge as we recite it. Mr. Hinkle.
We bow our heads, please. Lord, we pray for open hearts and minds to receive your plans and purposes. May we be sensitive to your leading and obedient to your will. We pray that you would open our eyes to see your hand at work in every aspect of this meeting. May your Spirit guide us in making wise decisions and lead us toward the best outcomes. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Council, you have your agendas in front of you. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Staff?
We're good.
Okay, thank you. If there are no amendments, I would ask that I get a vote to approve our agenda as presented.
I will make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Now, is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Harris, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. We will now approve our consent. We've got 4 sets of minutes. We've got a annexation request for Prestige Development to set the public hearing date for November 14th. Another annexation request with Impression Homes setting the hearing date for November 14th as well. And we've got a facade approval for DeWitt Weathers Creek multifamily development and the approval of the Town of Troutman schedule of fees. These items will be approved with just one vote unless a council member opts to remove them. Council, is there a motion to approve our consent?
I will make that motion, Mr. Mayor, that we approve our consent.
Thank you. So now, is there a second? Thank you, Mr. Hinkle. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. The next item on the agenda is recognition and presentations. The first item is recognition of our Town of Troutman Employee of the Month. Mr. Wyatt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. First of all, let me express Emily Watson is stuck in traffic and couldn't be here and is severely disappointed. She called Josh and I, and we're supposed to team work of explaining what a great employee Sean has been to be recognized, and I'm going to need the chief's assistance to help me, and I'm sure both of us still will not do as good a job as she would have if she was here. Sean, if you would stand up in center so everybody can see how handsome of a man you are. But also, just to remind council and those in the audience and those that may be watching, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3.5 years ago at one of our strategic planning sessions, it was discussed and we saw a vision of having sports done by the town in Troutman instead of us relying on other entities to do those. Budgetary concerns and just finding the right piece of the puzzle to fit was the reason why we didn't do that any sooner, but we certainly had intentions and goals of doing it within a 5-year period. This past year, Emily and I had long discussions and decided to put the job description out there, understanding that we was kind of looking for a unicorn of somebody that could get it, because there's hundreds of things that would need to be listed in a job description. She had a lot of applicants. If I recall correctly, it was in the 80s number of applicants that said that they could do the job or wanted to do the job, or they wanted to give it a try. Sean showed up all the way from California and did the first interview by computer. The staff was very impressed with the interview, and of course he was scheduled a second interview, and of course he's hired, that's why he's here. But what we didn't know we was getting in the process, because there's certain questions we just can't ask of applicants with all the federal laws that applied. But Sean came in and very quickly let everybody know, one, he was very much a godly man, and that his family and the calling on his heart through his religious beliefs, it was just a time to change for his family, and the good Lord had blessed him and his family, was one of the first things he told me in generality. Since Sean has got here and started the job, he's also built a lot of relationships within the community, acting like he has lived here a long time and going out and visiting people, and he has been well received. Well, each month when we come up with employee nominations, I will admit frankly, it's normally the department directors that offer to do that when given an opportunity. But this past meeting when we went to do that, it was actually our finance director who was participating in a couple of the adult leagues that Sean has begun for the town. Hearing comments from other team members, himself driving back from Taylorsville to play in one league in particular in the evenings. The other one is softball on the weekends. But he had a lot of positive things to say, and other people did as well. I will say the criticism I've heard is his umpiring skills is not the best, but he, no, not at all. He's wanting to not umpire. That's what he's right. Chief, is there anything I left out of what?
Well, I know, I think it was his first or second day, there was an event that Parks and Recreation Police were doing traffic control. And I saw him he was working, jumped right in, doing whatever. The police department has a mediocre softball team playing in the league, and I'm not a member of it because I'm even worse, but I will come sometimes watch the guys play, and watching Sean's interaction with people, the community. One of my lieutenants, it thinks the absolute world of Sean, and I will say he's a hard worker. I've heard from Emily about all he adds and what he's came in and done. And starting athletics is not something easy. I've heard Emily talk about it for years, and because you have competition of every other league and group, and just all that he has had to do to make this happen. And just from my interactions with him, I know that Sean's a really, really good man. Just from what I've known, what I've seen, he's probably one of the best people I know, and there's nobody that I can think of that is more deserving of this. So.
And I will add too, as the chief summarized it, it's not just a person doing a job, it's they're doing it with a smile and wanting to be integral in the community. And Sean has certainly done that since he has been here. And as the chief said, starting a sport is an undaunting task for many. but especially if you think about it, somebody from out of state that knows no one here, and then to come in and have success with it as the foundation for what we hope grows not only to the adult sports leagues that we have now, but eventually youth sports, but you've got to start somewhere. The issues that creep up in those are just ways to make a positive out of negative is the best form I can describe that Sean has done since he's been here, is some people dwell on the negatives. Sean looks at each one as an opportunity of making a positive, and for that, we do recognize him as the Employee of the Month. I see he does have some of his family members with him, but Mr. Mayor, it's y'all's turn now.
Yep, well, first of all, council, any comments?
I just wanted to say I met Sean, I think it was that second day, I met you and your family at that event. I think it was your second or third day or something like that?
Party.
Yeah, it was, actually, we were at the fairgrounds.
Oh, was it the fireworks? Oh, okay. Yeah.
And, I saw Sean with the Troutman shirt on, I was like, I said, who are you? Like, we started talking and that connection, you could tell that you were truly a godly man, because we just automatically connected, me and you and your beautiful family over there, and you just seem like you should be here. So we just welcome you here.
He has said California's the past, there's no future there, so we're good.
Any other comments?
Yeah,
I would like to see more Facebook videos. Those play well. That's the thing, that's just to piggyback on what they're saying, how you connect with the people. It came through in I've seen one of them.
Yeah.
But the same thing, I'm like,
We got another one.
is this
brewing.
guy really from California?
We got,
You know,
we got another one brewing, don't worry, we got a few coming.
Good, and so I will also say, regardless of this being on the agenda, I have gotten feedback from multiple people in the community regarding these leagues.
Yeah.
And to the point you were making, you've already got parents playing in your leagues talking about they can do this for kids.
Yeah.
So it's the vision that you and Emily had. You made the right decision, right? And it's already, I mean, that's the thing. It's happening on its own, right? You know, with you being the driving force, but I will say, from what I hear, I think, Chief, we may need to buff up security at the soccer league.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it's getting pretty intense.
You know, it's gotten under control.
Oh, you got, okay, all right.
There's a respect there.
Oh, yeah, no, nothing bad. I talked to some guys that are like, no, we're serious. We want to win.
But with anything with adults, there's going to be some competitive.
Oh,
That's
they
a
go
part
to
of the
practices
game.
and stuff? Yeah.
That's a part of the game. But we got the youth stuff coming next year. Got a flag football.
Awesome.
Got a partnership coming to the NFL flag. So that's coming down the works in the basketball league. Written for a grant. Hopefully we get it, put some prayer behind it. We should hear back in November for the grant. And, that's coming for you. So we full steam ahead.
Awesome. Yeah, you took my speech for the end of the meeting. But that's actually what I wanted to talk about, was the feedback that I'd gotten from the community about the sports programs. And it's phenomenal. People are,
I'm just trying to.
it's not just a thing to do. People are excited about it, you know?
Just trying to figure out that balance. Like, I know we got the TYA stuff, so just trying to be mindful of, building relationships and not stepping on relationships, if that makes sense.
I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in good hands. So
Yeah.
thank you for everything you've done just in this short
I
period.
appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Swingle?
I want to say that, it's good to meet you. I've heard, ever since you started, I've heard your name, but evidently where I've been, you haven't, where you've been, I haven't. But I'm glad we finally reached out Texas, and it's good to meet you. And as I said, obviously the participation results in the leadership, or reflects on the leadership which you have presented, and the people have a need, and with the right person leading, that need is felt and fulfilled, and evidently you are going to continue to do that with the adults, and as Jerry just said, the children or the youngsters are soon to follow. In the next several months or so, and that's good, because, that's our park, continues to fill a need that, people, they work here today, but they want to,
enjoy during the evenings and on weekends. And what we do in the park is going to reflect very well on Troutman and all of us. So thank you for that, and we look forward to you continuing. I grew up in Statesville where, and I did it at a time when that sort of thing was also, and I kind of missed that when I left, and then for some reason it died out even in Statesville for a while. But it's coming back, and to see it happening in Troutman with our growth is just outstanding, and I'm glad for it. And it's just again hearing these folks mention and I've heard the same thing, and from the community. And thank you for coming to California to be a part of us, to be a part of North Carolina, Troutman. I've got two neighbors that are also from California, not too far, they're several years from California. So evidently, we're getting the cream of the crop of California, and, the other can stay out there, that's fine. Thank you again.
No, thank you, I appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah, so the only thing I would say, Sean, I've met you and appreciate what you do, and just reiterate what the council said. I don't know that we've had so much excitement around our park, has been said, and you're bringing a lot of that to the town, and we appreciate it. I was at a Rotary Club meeting the other day, and unsolicited, somebody says, "Who's that guy that's running our park and hosting these events?" And they were just raving, going on and on. I was like, "What are you talking about?" So they kind of gave us this sense of, excitement that again, I think everyone here spoke of. And so, again, it's to your credit and Emily's leadership and what's going on in our Parks and Rec. And so, again, we appreciate it, and thank you so much. And again, lovely family, and glad you all are here, and hopefully you'll be here a long time and not want to go back to the West Coast. So again, we appreciate it.
We have one more thing Miss Emily has sent.
She wanted to make sure that you know how proud she is of you and all the work you've done, and that you're also not only an employee, but you're a great friend to her and all the other staff as well. So she thanks you.
I appreciate the team, man. I'm blessed to work with good people, and my name is on the award, but I can't do it without her. I can't do it without Amber and Yoder, the guys. So the team really make you look good. So my name is on the award, and I appreciate it. But really, it's a win for Park and Rec and for the town. So thank you all for the kind words and stuff like that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Cover up the wings.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, she's gotta get a picture. And you will have your whole family on, because we are about family.
I tell you, you're gonna have a lot more signs for softball next year.
We got a wait list on 22, but then we get in. Yeah. Okay. So blessing at the scenes, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
As he finds his seat, I just want to reiterate something what Emily said and Sean said. Our whole town of employees, it's like a family atmosphere, and as Sean said, none of us can do what we do without the others doing what they're supposed to and do offer to help outside their job description. So it's good to hear that reiterated. And y'all seen the baby's sweatshirt, right? See if he'll turn around so all of them can see. But thank you all.
The next item on the agenda is, again, recognition certificate of appreciation. Mr. Wyatt?
Mr. Mayor, the Bureau of Consular Affairs, that sounds real official and way out there, for passport services has recognized the town of Troutman for a prestigious award for all the southeastern United States passport offices. I will go on to read it. It says the town of Troutman concentrates on making passport services the focal point. The flexibility of the primary agent allows the town to offer passport services on Saturdays. Applicants travel from different counties to have their passport applications processed here. Congratulations on being nominated to August Acceptance Facility of the Month. The additional letter goes in, Dear Passport Team, it is my great pleasure to extend heartfelt congratulations to the entire town of Troutman Passport Team for being selected as the August Acceptance Facility of the Month. This prestigious recognition underscores your unwavering commitment to making passport services a cornerstone of your community. Though Troutman may be a small town within Iredell County, your impact has been nothing short of remarkable. With a sizable population and limited passport service options, your team's dedication to providing high-quality, accessible passport services has become an invaluable asset to the entire region. Your willingness to offer flexible appointment times, including Saturdays and evenings, has distinguished your facility from others. The fact that applicants travel from multiple counties to have their passport applications processed in Troutman speaks volumes about the exemplary service you consistently deliver. Your team's attention to detail and commitment to ensuring the needs of both local and regional applicants are met with the utmost professionalism is truly commendable. The town of Troutman continues to set a high standard for passport services, and it is an honor to recognize your hard work and adaptability. Congratulations once again, and thank you for your exceptional service and dedications. Signed, the Director for Charleston Passport Center, Tiaco Gibbs Woods. I just want to say, I can't add to what they've already recognized our office, but as you all took a chance on the opportunity to provide a service for citizens that is not a tax or a burden to anyone, however, it wound up being monies that we use to pay for the actual facility where this services are conducted, was awesome that you took the chance. For us to be recognized in a little over a year as the best of all in the southeastern United States is truly remarkable. Of the staff that's down there, Maureen Purcell does 95% of our passports, and I just think it was a great honor we got selected.
Great. I would only, council, any comment from council first?
I just want to say, I don't know if this is a good comparison or not, but I was just thinking, you were making that comment a little less than a year, outstanding, prestigious. Our ABC store was the same way, you know. Everybody was saying, as you just pointed out, 4, 5, 10 years, you know. First year we were busting it loose. We're doing the same thing with our passport office. Anything we tackle turns to gold.
Yes, sir.
I would just also add, just like you said, it's about the people that are doing it, and I think we're really starting to see a trend of putting the right people in the right place to get the job done. That's back to back now, you know. so yeah, just keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Great. I would only add, I know where to park when I go there now. Ms. Purcell will make sure you know where her parking spot is. She's done a great job. Again, much like Sean, unsolicited feedback, positive feedback about what she does, how she does it, and the team there, and representing the town and the region. So I was in Charlotte about 3 weeks ago, and someone came from Charlotte to our passport office to get it done. They were in a bit of a rush. It speaks volumes. And so, again, please give our, not just our thanks, but appreciation for all that they do in representing the town, and it shows, you know, in the Southeast. So again, thank you for that. And council for having the vision and staff for having the vision to put that office there. I think it's awesome.
We still have not technically advertised it yet, right? It's listed on the site.
Correct.
Yeah.
We do no additional advertising.
Yeah.
I will only say, just as a bit of a teaser, we are in strategic discussions with Mooresville, and I think there's even bigger things coming.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Council, the next item on the agenda is new business, old business, which we have none, but new business. First is the consideration of a appointment of an inside voting member of the Planning and Zoning Board. It's the expiring term, September 14th. Turn it over to Mr. Wyatt.
Council, you all had an opportunity of meeting Mr. Rooney Monday at the agenda briefing. He expressed his background and offered his application. I had at least 2 council members to reach out and would like for it to be considered this evening for a possible appointment.
Council, you've heard from Mr. Wyatt regarding this appointment, inside voting member. Any question or comment? I'll ask for a vote regarding this appointment.
I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Paul Rooney to our Planning and Zoning Board.
There's a motion on the floor, not yet a vote, regarding this appointment. Is there a second? Motion is made, received a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Please pass along to Mr. Rooney. We did approve his appointment as well as his pay.
He did want to confirm that overtime was double pay.
Okay. Great. Tell me that. We covered that on Monday, so he should be under no false pretenses there. But thank you for volunteering. Now we will have public comments. The public is welcome to make comments to the council. Please direct your comments to the council and limit your comments to 3 minutes. But I ask if there are any comments to the council. Please come up and state your name and sign in at the podium.
I've never done this before. My name is April Hudson. This is Kim Borst. We are with Troutman Ruritan Club, and we come tonight with a message of appreciation for everybody that has helped our club out in the past little bit. I don't know if you know about Troutman Ruritan Club, but it was started, our chapter was started here in 2022. The club itself is 95 years old. We had 31 members last week, including some children. Now, after the Hurricane Helene efforts and our chicken fundraiser, which many of you guys attended, thank you so much for supporting us. I signed 8 to 10 more members up this week. So that's pretty good, and we are very grateful for it. In our efforts to help Western North Carolina, Nick and another member, Debbie Altamere, contacted me right away as soon as we heard collections and all the devastation and all the people trapped and lost everything. Both of them were texting me, and Nick got in touch with the firehouse immediately when we were still trying to figure out what to do. He was already doing. So thank you so much. We were able to take up space at the firehouse, which we're still there. We're not doing a drive anymore, but donations are still coming in. We have sent 17 trailers with trucks at my last count. There may be more now. The places that we were able to go were smaller places that had seen no help at all. We were the first ones they had seen, and in some cases we're the only ones they've still seen. So that's pretty cool to be that connected and to be in a community that really wants to help. So many people came and dropped off donations. I mean, we didn't know what we were doing because we just showed up on last Saturday, some of us, and then Sunday we got there, and I just went to go say hi, and I stayed there for 6 hours. Like, you couldn't leave because of the outpouring. And that says so much to me about Troutman, and that's why 3 years ago we moved here. We were looking for a town like this, and I think we found it. And I cannot say enough about just the generosity and the willingness to jump in, not even knowing what we're doing, and helping people. And I think that's very hard to find in any town, but Troutman, it's especially become near and dear to my heart, and hers too.
Absolutely.
She just moved here too.
Right.
She's a new resident. The firehouse has just been so accommodating and so helpful for the whole community. Our chicken plate dinner, I don't know if you guys know this, we sold out. It was 380 pounds of chicken, 360 pounds of chicken. We actually sold out. I didn't even get to eat. I was a little cranky, but I was very happy that so many people came out to help us.
I take exception to that. I went by there and said, I'll take several plates as long as he's not cooking them. She said, take the plates, he's cooking them, or leave.
Yes, so anyways.
April pointed that out real quick, but then Kim held out the hand, so it all worked out.
Yeah, yeah, she got a lot of donations for that. So a lot of that money is going to serve, that money that we raised at the chicken plate dinner, that has been on our calendar for months. It was supposed to be at the high school craft fair, but that got canceled, so it's just, everything happens how it's supposed to. So we ended up at the firehouse on a gorgeous day, and that money is allowing us to provide, I think it's 15 Thanksgiving dinners for children that go to the elementary school or the middle school, whose families wouldn't be able to provide for them otherwise. So we're doing that, and last year we bought presents for 18 children that go to those two schools, and maybe some siblings at South. This year we're looking to do more. So the money that we are creating and generating in Troutman goes straight back to Troutman, and we just couldn't be happy. We are looking for more ways to serve, more projects to do, more people to know of us, so that when you hear of a need, you can say, we're calling the Ruritons, they're gonna come in and they're gonna do it, because we're hoping that we've established that reputation through all of the things that we've done. And I'm going to put a nice bag out there that we are looking for a building, right, Doug? We're looking for a building. So if anybody knows anything, we would like a place to call our own, preferably someplace we could fix up, because we do have a lot of people that are contractors in our little club and a lot of people that want to learn. Anyway, so I just thought I'd put that out there. So thank you for letting me come, and thank you guys for letting us be a part. Do you want to say anything?
It's been great being a part of the Troutman Ruritan. As soon as I moved here, I had to get involved. I now have a Troutman address, so it's been really wonderful these past couple weeks, seeing the outpouring of support in this community. It's exactly, I feel like I belong, so it's been wonderful to give back what we've been taking in as well. So we're constantly updating our wish list for Western North Carolina as well, so it's nice to also reach out to other communities. And then Troutman alone and the people within the community of Troutman have given so much to go to another area code, it's another area, so that's been so wonderful, and I'm so proud to be a part of a community like that. So thank you so much for the support. We're going to continue to find other ways to, draw in donations and help find other ways also to help the community too. So we don't always know who needs help. So if you ever have anybody in mind, keep us in mind to give us a call and let us know if somebody needs help or if anybody needs anything in the community. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Rachel, I don't know your
Okay, yes, thanks.
Thank you both for what you all have done, not just for people in this community, but the fact that you did go out to Western North Carolina and help our other neighbors. I think it's extremely important and very much appreciative. As long as we've got people in our community who want to come be part of the community like you all, Troutman will continue to be a great place to live. So we thank you for that.
Thank you.
And you can always wear that pullover anytime in these chambers. So, okay.
Thank you. I'm familiar with the Ruritan Club from the West Harlow sections where I first really kind of got to know it. But at any rate, thank you for the club. And I'm tickled to death that you're growing in numbers just over the past week. Troutman in the past has done some things in the way of these special events that normally in other larger cities are handled by civic organizations such as yourself. And I'm glad to hear that, and that some of these things perhaps can be turned over and grow your reputation and what you're able to do through doing that Troutman used to do. So please keep that in mind as you continue to grow, and stay in touch with our town manager and our rec department and so forth, or even our council. And but again, I've had some of your takeouts. I haven't sat down, but my wife's gone and got takeout house, and we just sit at home and eat, and watch TV, so, you know, we're getting old, so what can I say? But they have been delicious, and thank you very much for them, and, I wish you all the best as you continue to serve Troutman and the citizens.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments for council? All right, great, thank you. We will now do elected official reports and comments. I will start to my left.
On the spot. Well, I'd just like to thank April and Kim for coming and expressing the gratitude to the community here in Troutman. It has been kind of overwhelming with joy this last week to serve and see the community just pour out in so many ways to help the relief efforts in the mountains and encourage others to get involved as well. A couple of things I'd like to mention. I'm looking forward to the Spooky Fast 5K this weekend. And also the upcoming Trails and Treats at the end of the month that Troutman puts on for the Halloween event. And just a shout out to the Public Works Department and the volunteers that have shown up for the disaster relief too and gone out to the mountains to help. And while still completing their duties here in town by putting up new stop signs. And I've noticed some new street signs around with the Troutman logo on it. They look really good and they actually reflect in the dark, so it's easier to find where we're going around town. That's all I have.
Great. Ms. Harris?
Congrats again, Sean.
Thank you.
Welcome again to the town and doing great things. We just look forward to what you have coming, so thank you. The South Iredale, I just wanted to make a little announcement. South Iredale is having their homecoming parade this week. I don't know if I stole your thunder or anything, but homecoming parade is this week, Wednesday. And the South Iredale alumni will be in that parade. So if you went to South Iredale and would like to walk, we will be walking in that parade on Wednesday. I just had I was telling someone that I was way at UNC Chapel Hill, and a lady asked me where I was from, and I said, oh, this little town called Troutman. And she said, is Julius Tally House still there? And I was like, oh my gosh, they know where Troutman is. We're on the map, y'all, so I love my town. I love our little town, and just continue to keep the Western North Carolina friends in your thoughts and in your prayers. And thank you to our staff who went to Western North Carolina I was gonna say Western Carolina, that's why I went to college, but who went to Western North Carolina to help. And thank you for all that you've done, Nick, as well. And let's just continue to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. That's all I have for now.
Thank you. Mr. Now?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say also too that all the people that have been affected by these storms that we've had, please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. It's going to be a long, tough road, so please keep them close to your heart, your prayers and your thoughts. They're going to need help. Thank you.
Mr. Hazel?
I won't repeat what's been said, but I certainly say kudos to what I've heard from my fellow council members, and I simply add what Councilman now just said, thoughts and prayers to the folks of Western North Carolina. But I continue to read article after article of neighbor helping neighbor up there. They certainly appreciate outside help, but also they're helping themselves. They're not just sitting around waiting for somebody to come help them. They're getting out and helping themselves as well as accepting the help to rebuild, and they realize it's going to take a long time, but they're tough people up in that area, and they will definitely get the job done. I'm very thankful to our staff that went up, as was pointed out, and appreciate one of our council members being able to go up and help as well, clean up a little bit. And again, I want to give a shout out, it's already been done, to the Ruritan Club for their efforts. I kept up with that, and it was just outstanding what I saw. And just to repeat what one of the ladies said, it's just amazing that Troutman responded as it did to be a small town, and it just makes you proud, having lived here a long time and hearing someone who's only been here a relatively short time
sing the praises of Troutman, makes this old timer feel very good about where he spent most of his life. Thank you for that. And I'll pass it on to the next gentleman.
Mr.
Mr. Councilman Jaredzinski was supposed to remind me of what I was supposed to talk about, and he didn't.
I think it was something to do with chickens.
No, not yet. Keeping that one in my pocket. I know I wanted to talk about the sports leagues, but I think we covered that. Again, great job there. And I did learn something tonight. I learned that the Ruritan didn't know what they were doing.
We never do. We just wing it.
Well, you had me fooled. Because that's the thing, when I pulled around the back and dropped it off, it was a well-oiled machine. So that you knew everything where it needed to go, where it was going. All I had to do was literally just say, here. All right, so excellent work from all that were involved there. But yeah, I'll just talk for another hour 15. But
We can talk about the social district for an hour and 15 minutes.
I need a 9 o'clock Jerry Buster.
Yeah.
But no, I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oxer. Again, it's been a good meeting. Great to hear all the great work that the staff is doing, and being able to recognize both our employee of the month, Sean, and also the passport office. And it's always people ask the question of me all the time, what makes the town great? And it really is both the people who work for this town and the community. And so when you see the enthusiasm from people like the Ruritan Club and others who really make this town, it is the secret sauce. And so again, we appreciate what you all do every day. Again, I appreciate what the staff has done over the last month. There's a lot going on both internally as well as what we have out in our community externally. And so again, appreciate what you all do as always. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Wyatt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council, for all the comments that you all had and views that you commented on. I would just like to say, just to reiterate some positives, I agree with Mayor Pro Tem. They might not know what they was doing for real, but I think April in particular is similar to somebody else I know, and they very much have a plan. They might not have prior, but they developed one that worked very well once things was there. But I do appreciate conversations I've had with April and several other Ruritan members, but when I went by a few times checking on other things in the town, they all had a method to the madness, if you will, and I think that goes to the leadership of the organization. Also, kind of as I said about Sean earlier, a lot of people, when there's a negatives, that's the topic of the day, and they want to gossip about it and put it out there. But from my exposure with April, Kim, Nick, and a couple others from the Ruritan, they're kind of pushing the negatives aside and letting people know that this is about doing something in our community and helping neighbors, whether it be very local to Troutman or what they've done recently in western North Carolina. But to me, that's a testament to the people that's currently leading the organization, and I think that in itself will make them successful for some time. I would also like to add to our comments Monday. We discussed that there was several of us had went to Rutherfordton, and of course those folks at Ruffton, but we break it down in all the syllables, that had went and helped. Of course, Austin went and helped Troutman Baptist Church in some different areas. But since Monday's meeting, as I expressed to you all, the chief had put out through the appropriate agencies that our officers were available and willing to help if needed. Chief, if you would talk about that briefly.
So when it originally happened, at first, a lot of departments were what's called self-deploying resources to the mountains. And it kind of creates a mess because the incident command doesn't know who's where, doing what. The state got the Emergency Operations Center running, and for police departments, the Chiefs Association was managing requests from police departments, and the Sheriff's Association for sheriff's offices, so that the resources were being evenly divided. We got on the list at first for our drones and manpower, where a lot of the larger agencies that sent big contingents, their deployments have ended. And we got, as soon as their deployments ended, we got a phone call, and we have 2 officers leaving Monday, and they'll go to Watauga County to do security for distribution sites for 7 days.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate all of our staff. It's not that we didn't have others that wanted to go or would have gone if asked. Even the police chief with several of his officers, a lot wants to go. However, we as department directors made sure that our town was taken care of and that we didn't have a mass exodus to go help somebody else, because we still needed to do things here. Just today, the massive crane, and we had several people volunteer. To some of you all, some of you as council and some of the citizens reached out and was telling me, so-and-so's got a chainsaw, or I got one, I'll come up there and cut it. Please understand, we were not doubting those people willing to help, but we also understood, as the nicknames are, the widowmakers that were in the dog park and the size of the trees that was there, we had to have some serious equipment to cut those trees and take them out safely and not cause more damage to the dog park. And it's a combination thing. That's why we went the way we did. It was not disrespect meant toward anyone that was offering to volunteer. But today, they got, I would say, about half cleared of that area that they will need to clear. And we've, like you all know, several of our neighbors in the community had trees, had issues, but we're still thankful that it was not worse. But town expense wise, it's going to be pretty significant what the storm caused for us, and we're just waiting for the process to go through and see if that's something we have to bear on our own, or if there will be a reimbursement opportunity through one of the sources, either state or federal, when it comes time. But I would like to thank all the employees. Each month, it seems like I'd say the same thing, but each month we seem to have different issues that arise that reminds me again what quality employees we have. When we get to recognize people like Sean for what they do, I think it's great for the employees that we can. It's just, to me, disappointing that we can't recognize 4 or 5 sometimes because there's that many that have stepped outside the minimum requirements of their job. And I look forward to next month, because I think we will have several nominations due to people stepping up and doing a little more because of the storm than normal. But thank you all very much, and thank those that are in attendance tonight. April and Kim, thank you all especially for coming, and the comments you made toward not just staff and council, but the community that helped you all to be successful so far with your endeavor.
Thank you. If there's nothing else on the agenda, will we give the order?
So early though. It's so early though.
Ms. Harris, you're welcome to.
Just don't make me say it.
I'll second it. Motion to adjourn.
Is there- all those in favor say aye. Any opposition? You're welcome to stay. Yes. Thank you.
Don't make it bigger.